Good morning everybody, it's Alicia De Jong here from aliciadejong.com and welcome to my business page and today's Facebook Live. So before I get started, I'm going to talk about today how exercise and good nutrition is going to help create a stronger business and a lifestyle. Okay, but before I get started, if you're watching this as a replay, please do hashtag replay. I'd love to see my replay viewers and let me know where you're coming in from. Okay, so if you don't know who I am, my name, like I said before, is Alicia De Jong, and I help network marketers and online marketers to build a better business online using social media. And doing that is going to help you generate leads and sales, specifically using Facebook, free Facebook, and Facebook advertising, plus attraction marketing methods. Okay, so today's Facebook Live, I've brought it outside. As you can see my beautiful veggie patch in the background, which just made me realize I'm going to talk a little bit about nutrition. And I actually grow my own vegetables. You can see my celery, and I've got lettuce, and can't quite see my tomatoes way up the end there. I have a great veggie patch, picking broccoli at the moment. So anyway, what I want to talk about is how having regular exercise and good nutrition is going to help you build your business. And here's why. When we exercise helps us to increase endorphins in our body. It helps us to create a better thinking space. It gives us time out and it makes us feel better. Okay, so I'm going to backtrack a little bit and let you know a little bit about my story and my journey over the last 18 months. And what makes me want to talk about this today. So around 18 months ago, well actually even before that, I've always prided myself on exercise, you know, CrossFit, running, hiking, especially we lived in South Korea, and walking my dog and various things like that. I've always thought of myself to be quite fit and agile and, you know, energized. But g'day Doug, thanks for coming in. But what I realized about 18 months ago is that as much as I was hitting CrossFit and I was working out in the gym and doing things, it seemed still like a struggle. And also so did places within my business. It just seemed to struggle. So I had to stop and I had to look at myself and think about my food habits and what I was eating and my whole exercise regime. Because exercise should not be a chore. And I know for a lot of people that it is a chore. It's a struggle to get out of bed. It's a struggle to think, oh, I've got to put my runners on. I've got to go do this just because I have to. And therefore, you're always up against a barrier and you're against yourself. But what about if you could get that feeling where it's like you bounce out of bed, you're off, you go, you do what you need to do, and you can run all day, literally. Okay? And that's where I'm at right now. So, and have been really for the last 6 months. So, because of some things and some shifts I made. So about 18 months ago, I decided to really stop and look at my nutrition, what it was I was eating, what I was putting into my body. Yes, I ate lots of homegrown stuff and we have local meat that we eat. So we do really eat clean and well, but I was still lacking something, okay? And that's when I started putting better nutrition into my body. And I'm not going to talk specifically about what it is that I put into my body, but I specifically put certain nutrition now into my body. And I also give myself nutritional rest days. So I rest for a couple of days. And I've actually just come off one. And that's also why I'm speaking about this today, because I think it's really prevalent. And what it actually does is when you having good nutrition, your exercise and your energy level actually increases like you wouldn't believe. You will end up, because you want to exercise more, you become stronger, you become more clear-headed, you become more focused. And this is where it can come back to your business. So when you exercise, I don't exercise with my iPhone. I don't exercise listening to anything. It's time out. Sometimes, and I mean sometimes, I do take my phone to the beach with the dog, but to me, I don't class that as exercise. It's not cardio. It's literally strolling along with Max, and I like to take some photos. But typically, I don't. I did today, and you'll see in my story some photos of me and Max. But in general, I prefer to not have technology with me. You know, exercise is about being in a neutral space. It's about being with people who you're not normally around each day. It's about clearing your own head, clearing your own thoughts. And it's funny when you do exercise and you're in the moment, how you get this mental clarity actually come to you for your business, and you start to generate ideas. I always know on my drive home from the gym in the morning that ideas just start flooding to me and I become so much clearer. For example, yesterday I didn't actually go to the gym because I was on a rest day, and I just felt pickled. I couldn't get a clear focus on what it was that I had to do, even though I've got my daily method of operation, which thankfully I could sit down and I could tick off and I could do that. That really just honed me in yesterday. But because I hadn't had these endorphins and everything going on, I was getting too caught up in my own head, and I was literally banging myself against the wall like, oh, what am I doing? Is it going right? Am I doing this right? Should I be doing this? Like, I want things to go faster. There's all these sort of thoughts that start to come through your head. So shifting back to 18 months ago, when I changed up my nutrition and my exercise regime, things in my business began to shift because I shifted. And when you can shift in your personal life and in your lifestyle and what it is that you do, you start to achieve things. You start to achieve weight loss. You start to achieve just feeling generally better. And therefore, people actually see that around you, that you are a more vibrant, happier person. And then we can start to relay it in our business because it begins to come naturally. If we're down in the dumps each and every day and we do Facebook Lives, it's going to be pretty dull, and no one's going to tune into you and no one's going to get your vibe, and no one's really going to want to even buy from you because you're giving them no reason to. And that's where exercise in your business really comes in, because exercise is going to make you feel great. It's going to make you feel alive and energized, and it's going to then radiate back to your business and to your viewers. It's going to radiate into how you tackle your day, how you sit down and do that daily method of operation, how you write an email, how you write a blog post, how you do a Facebook Live, how you write a social media post. Everything is going to come from that. And that's really, really important, because people buy from happy, vibrant people. People don't buy from boring people. So if you can make a change in your lifestyle with your diet, your nutrition, your exercise regime, then everything else will eventually shift over. The other big thing that happened when I made this shift was I had some goals and aspirations to get back into doing some local triathlons. And we have a great club here. We have a small tri that we can start out with, and then we can move up to the bigger ones. And that was one of my missions last year, was to get back into that. I wanted to get back into it. And I used to do it before I went to South Korea, but then you come home and I got into a slump, and I was just being lazy, and my business was just going nowhere because I was so slumpy. There was all these extra things happening. But when I made the mental shift to change my diet, my nutrition, my exercise program, I started to then feel like and see that, oh my God, I can go back and do this. I feel this is achievable. And this is what you can do in your business too, because when you're clear, you can actually start to feel, you know what, I can do that. I can achieve that. I can do it. And same as your exercise, right? So I got to the point of like doing the tries. I got back into the tries, actually kicked ass in the small try to the point where I wanted to go to the next try up. And I was a little bit nervous about doing the bigger one. Just as we do in business, we have roadblocks, right? Like, how do we get to the next level? We keep holding on to our brakes. This is exactly what I was doing in the triathlons. I was like, oh, but then people were like, you can do it, so you need that encouragement in our business too. I had this encouragement from other people. So I went out and did it, and I was like, I reckon I can do it in an hour and 20. That was my time I set myself. I did not set myself high expectations, and I think I came in at an hour and 6 minutes or something. But then the next week I went and did the same tri length, and I came in at 1:04. And then I think the fastest I did was an hour and 4. And I think the fastest I come in was an hour and 2. So it really inspired me that when I look after myself, and you set yourself goals that anything is achievable because you are doing things on the back end that are going to help you and change that mindset to get you to that level. And this is no different to your online business, because if you can set yourself goals and they're achievable goals, like stepping stones, then and you got this big one at the top, but how are you going to get there? Just set yourself small incremental goals. Change your lifestyle, change your exercise, your nutrition, and then your whole brain shift will start to clear up, and you will eventually start to peg out, and you will get to that point that you want to be. I guarantee it. I'm doing it. I've done it. And it's also going to really help you focus on that one thing, which I always talk about. Find that one thing that you want to focus on and drill in on that. And going back to exercise as an example, my one thing was to get to that triathlon, get to that bigger try, and keep smashing it out each week. That was my goal each and every week. But to do that, I had to train. But training is just not enough. You have to put the right nutrition in your body. If you don't put the right nutrition in and feed yourself right, then you're not going to have the energy or the stamina to want to train, which is going to get you to the point. And when it comes to business, if we're not in the right mindset and we're not thinking clearly, then first of all, we're going to be up against roadblocks like straight away, right? It's because you're not seeing clearly. So by changing our whole lifestyle and our whole brain chemistry, we can then start to achieve our business goals and get to where we want to get to. I hope this can relate to you. Doug, maybe you're on live, so maybe you can relate to this, let me know what your thoughts are. And for those who watch the replay, let me know your thoughts too. And do you understand what I'm trying to say even? It's just so right. It's so on point. And it's going to help you grow your business and grow that lifestyle that you really want to achieve. The other thing it's going to do is it's going to make you a happier person. It's going to make you, like I just said, a happier lifestyle. It's going to give you a better business. It's going to give you a lot more. It's going to even set you up more for leadership, because people follow leaders, and if you're not doing the do on the back end, then I heard this really good thing today. It's John C. Maxwell's got a book, the 12 leadership of influence. I can't remember. I'll type it in what it is. It's really good. I'm listening to it on audio. That's why I can't remember what it's called. And he was talking today about if you're not doing the do, then it actually is going to show out there. I can't remember the exact words, but it was basically about, it's easy. Yeah, if you're not doing the do, then it's hard to portray that back out there and become a leader from that, because you're not physically doing it. But when you're physically doing it and you're living and breathing and working on what you need to do and growing and showing that, it's so much easier. So it's a bit like in network marketing. I know I haven't said that right, but I'll try and get the right phrase, because it really was so on point. And it's a bit like in network marketing. People find it really tough to believe in their products and their companies. And I can guarantee you the reason why is because they don't use their products, okay? They're not using the products and they're not getting results from the products. Or they may just keep dipping their toe in their products, but that's about as far as it goes. So therefore, they're not getting the big results from their products that they want. That they should be getting. So therefore their belief is low, and it's really hard to portray that back out into your marketing if you're not doing the do and using your products. Hopefully that makes sense. But I see it a lot. I see it in the company that I'm in. You can see the people that use the products because they believe, and when they talk to people with conviction, and there is no ifs or buts. But those people who don't use the products are struggling, and that's why they've got ifs or buts and feeling so low as self-esteem, because their belief's not there and they're just not using them. And how can you sell something if you don't, not that we sell, but how can you just talk about something easily if you don't use it, okay? It would be like me talking about Facebook advertising and I don't run any ads, you know, like I would just be talking about it. But you need to be in the trenches of your products, you need to be in the trenches of your training, and you need to be in the trenches of your business. And this is all going to come from changing your lifestyle, your health, your nutrition, and becoming yourself in a better headspace, in a better place, and therefore it's going to radiate on through to your business. Okay, thanks for joining me, Doug. Thankfully the sun is shining today. It wasn't earlier, so I brought it out to my veggie patch, which was actually quite funny because I'm talking nutrition. I didn't mean that. It's like the entrepreneurial journey cycle. Get the high when you first start. You keep moving forward and things get harder before they get better. 100%, no different to exercise too. And change in your lifestyle and nutrition. It's the same thing. It's like anything. Everything is hard to begin with. But here's the other key. Do you really want it? If you really want it, then you are going to, this is my favorite saying, you're going to decide to commit to succeed. They are the 3 words that I live by. Make that decision, whether it's in changing your diet, changing your nutrition, changing what it is you do in your business, and make that decision, commit to it, and you will succeed. Simple. Absolutely simple, but it's hard. The thing that everybody does is they decide. They decide to jump on the entrepreneurial journey cycle. They decide to join a company. They decide to, I'm going to do this, or they decide to go on a diet, but they don't commit. Think about that. They don't commit. If they do commit, they commit for a week. They commit for 3 weeks at the best when it comes to dieting. In business, they commit to a week and they go really, really hard and they get on that, they get that high when they first start, but then they dip. To keep them moving forward, things get harder before they get easier. And exactly like what you're just saying. I see it all the time, and think about it. That's why magazines always have diets on them, because they know that people are just going to follow it for a week and then that's it. And then they know they can redo it again and it's going to sell. It's absolutely no different. It's no different why people in our space, Doug, are always promoting something new, because they decided to join something. It didn't quite work, so they've decided to go and join something else and give that a go, and then give that a go, and then Bitcoin comes in, so they go there, and then some other money-making scheme, because things haven't worked fast enough, but these people have promised it's going to work fast, so they go, oh, I'm there, give it to me, give it to me. Doesn't work for them, go join the next best thing. Same thing. You need to decide in your business what it is your business is about. Just like I said the other day, what is it you're about? Commit to that journey and push forward. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. But I tell you, at the end of it, it's worth it. And the way that you also can become so clear on what it is you need to decide on is get your lifestyle intact. Get your health, your nutrition, and your exercise program working for you. And it's amazing too, like, even just from doing that, it's an outlet. You go and meet different people, you know, whether it's walking the dog on the beach. I meet people there all the time. Well, actually, not all the time, because there's not always a lot of people at the beach. But when I do meet people, I'm meeting new people. You often don't see the same. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But exercises like that. I exercise with a bunch of ladies who, and guys, who I don't see in my day-to-day life. So this is where I kind of got on a bit of a tangent there, but this is where it's good. It's good to broaden your horizons and get outside your own head and your own space. And that's what's going to also help with your business mindset. I think I went on a tangent, but not to worry. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, and have a great day. And Doug, thanks for joining me to the end. I do appreciate that. And for replayers, if you make it all the way to the end, please do #replay. If you find this is helping you, I would love to know. Please drop in where you're from. Correct. Silver Surfer going after the shiny objects. It's mostly money. 100%. People are doing it all the time, left, right, and center, right? We see it all the time in the space that you know, we've been in for the last 4 years. We see it everywhere. You know, people are just jumping from here to here to here because they haven't made the decision and they haven't committed. So therefore they're not going to succeed. Think about those 3 words, write them down, stick them everywhere. I have, and it works. Because when I've got that moment of self-doubt, above my kitchen sink, my daughter put post-it notes everywhere. I've got this note, decide, commit, succeed. So when I've got this moment of some sort of self-doubt of some sort, I see that because I'm always washing the dishes and I'm like, oh my God, decide, commit, succeed. I'm brushing my teeth, there's one on my mirror. I've got this. I've made that decision. I'm committing, I'm committing, I'm committing. It really is about that, okay? And it's even in your lifestyle and nutrition again and your exercise, it is a decision. It is, I've decided to, you know, not me, but you have decided to walk for 1 kilometre at a day just to get yourself moving. That's your decision. But now you need to commit to it, whether it's not raining, but whether it's cold or windy or sunny, you've made that decision. Commit to it. And I tell you what, if you could do that for 90 days, because I do 90-day plans and that's what they recommend, 90-day plans, then you will see results, right? You're going to get, after the first 3 weeks, you're going to go, I think I can walk further today. And then after a little while longer, you're going to go, I think I can go further again. And this is what happens in your business. You made that decision and you commit and you plug in on that one focus point, and then you just start off basic and then you've committed so you can take it that next step. So don't overcomplicate it. Just one basic step after one basic step, and before you know it, they start stacking on top of each other and you can take it further and further and beyond because you've got the basics down. All right, I am going to go this time. I know I said it, I think, twice before. I do become a chatterbox, especially after I've just had a 2-day nutritional break. I'm so clear and focused and on fire. It's just what it does, and I love it. It makes me feel alive and ready to rock and roll today. So I'm pretty excited. Okay, thanks again, Doug. I really do appreciate it. And let me know, there's a couple other people who have been on, where you're calling in from, if you've got some value from today, and if this has actually helped you out. I do have a website too, aliciadejong.com. Go and check me out. And I appreciate you joining me. Okay, thanks very much. Bye for now.